Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Ladies and gentlemen, definitely the honorable keynote speakers, the VVIPs of this conference, of course, our lecturers here, researchers, and whoever in this forum, I would say thank you so much to the organizer. Thank you for inviting UYTM Sabah. I would say this is very first time I get engaged with this, I would say, institutions. Now, allow me to not really to teach, but to share what we are doing. So definitely, I'm very sorry for the moment. I'm not really feeling comfortable because I'm in the airport. So if there is, announcements of the flight, so forgive me. All right. First thing first, when it comes to this, I chose the topic Islamic philanthropy, bridging economic pillars of SDGs. Next slide, please. All right. When it comes to this, definitely I, concentrating on Islamic philanthropy. I start with this Islamic law or Sharia in Arabic term. So when it comes to this, definitely this is actually the pillars of the Islamic philanthropy, where it involves adhering to Islamic law. Actually, we do have primary and also secondary sources. And I based my presentation on Al-Quran and Sunnah. And this compliance entails ethical behavior, whatever it is, no matter we are under Christianity or Muslim, definitely we refer back to our Al-Kitab. Then when it comes to Islamic philanthropy, definitely we have to avoid products that under haram or forbidden, such as alcohol, pork, armament, tobacco, etc. And definitely the pillars of this Islamic law, there are prohibitions of riba or interest, gharar is uncertainty, and maisir, gambling transaction. Next. So this Islamic philanthropy, definitely, whatever that I am going to present, everything is going to be focusing on B40. Here in Malaysia, we call it as B40, but it is actually under privileged groups. And under the philanthropy, we have obligatory charity, meaning to say this is mandatory, compulsory for the Muslim to pay zakat, voluntary charity, we call it as sadaqah or infaq. And we have another one that is pretty much rapid in the form of development. We call it as endowment or wakaf. So whatever it is, these three are actually support sustainable development, because we are going to talk about SDG, then food security, education, and emergency relief for vulnerable populations worldwide. Next. Okay, so this is the diagram, circulations diagram, showing that we have zakat in the middle. This is mandatory. Then we have sadaqah. In that sadaqah, subset with the wakaf, and infaq is actually more general. Either it is tangible or intangible, including services. Okay, next. So when it comes to that, I just briefly go through this one. Zakat is actually expenditure to the payer or donation with specific usage. And infaq is something that is about expenditure or gift made by an individual for good or evil. Then sadaqah, it includes all material and also non-material for charitable purposes. And wakaf is something that you have to retain from use, you give out to others in the form of charitable purposes or religious, and with no intentions of reclaiming the assets. Next. Okay, what I'm trying to share with everyone here is that, and this is what we are doing under equity fund. Definitely, this is also under philanthropy. Equity-based concept consists of profit sharing, or in Arabic term, we call it as mudarabah or partnership. And we do also sharing not only profit, but also loss. We call it as musyarakah or joint venture or JV. Now, when it comes to this, next, we go to the introduction to SDGs. Actually, everyone here knows about this, right? But how I relate this to the Islamic philanthropy. Next. Okay. SDG, as everyone knows, is a set of 17 global goals. In these SDGs, we have 17 pillars. And it started in 2015 and is actually expecting to achieve all these SDG in 2030. Based on the topic given, Islamic philanthropy, SDG can be categorized into 3 pillars: economy, environment, and society. Social. Next. Okay. I will only be focusing on economic pillars. We have pillar number 1, no poverty. Pillar number 2, zero hunger. Pillar number 3, good health and also well-being. Pillar number 8, decent work and economic growth. Pillar number 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure. And the last pillar actually can be applied to all pillars here is partnerships for the goals. Next. All right. Islamic philanthropy, economic pillars of SDGs, and this is my focus, which is blue economy. Next. Okay. By integrating everything in one diagram, you can see that we have sustainable development goals on my left side, and then we have what we call as maqasid al-sharia. Now, under Islamic philanthropy, it is actually relating to what we call as, if everyone knows about Maslow's hierarchy, we have 5 levels of needs. The first one is physiological needs. This is a must. So under Islamic, we put it under daruriyat. Yeah? If you didn't do this, darurat. This is essential and this is basic needs. That is why we have about 6 pillars there. No poverty, zero hunger, etc. They need these 6 in order for us to achieve the tahsiniyat or to achieve the self-actualization. So the most important part under this diagram, and the maqasid al-sharia, it is Arabic term, but maqasid means the purpose of Islamic law or Sharia. So if you could see, we started with the essential or the daruriyat. We need to fulfill all this. So that is why. And then after that, we have what we call as complementary, nice to have. And last but not least, we have tahsiniyat, where this is your aspirations is achieved. Then if you look at the bottom there, we have Islamic economy. We started with prohibitions of riba, gharar, and maisir, as what I already explained. And then we have what? Profit loss sharing. Why profit and why we share also loss? Because this is what equity finance is all about. And then we have wealth creation and distribution. Why we get back this zakat to the public? Because we wanted a justice community and we wanted to close the gap between the rich, the richer and richest, to those at the bottom there. And last but not least, the moral values of our Islamic philanthropy. By giving others, I would say, by giving others, we are actually supporting our community This is what we call as white ocean strategy under the marketing. So it seems that I, under this Faculty of Business, Management, Islamic Finance, etc. So I try actually to crop everything together in one masterpiece. Next. So when it comes to this, the most important part is that why I chose blue economy. Now, the gap of this study, when you talk about blue economy, many define this blue economy as referring to marine and also ocean. So what happened to other water, like fresh water? So that's the thing. When it comes to this, the gap hits here when World Bank defined blue economy as a sustainable use of ocean resources. So that's the things that we really need to look at the inland water instead of we look at the ocean and marine. And as United Nations Economic Commission, Africa defined the blue economy, they put the ocean, seas, coastlines, banks, lakes, rivers. Yes, they're only defined, but not really in the practical manner. And what about next? ASEAN. Next. Let us see the definitions under the ASEAN countries. Okay, next. Yes, we do have our diagram, we do have our framework, and this framework of ASEAN framework try to tackle the gap that we have in the worldwide definition. So first, we need to create value. Second, definitely inclusivity between all the riches and all those poors. And also sustainability, how this nation, in the form of sustainable in this blue economy. Next. Okay, these are the practical way how UITM Campus Sabah try to, you know, um, make this happen. It's not that easy. This framework has been designed to ASEAN countries. And this is our job to make it happen, right? This is what we call as self-actualization to the whole nation. Now, if you look at the framework, at the bottom there, we have blue enablers. We need infrastructure, we need the institutional, we need the corporations, the partnerships as what we have under SDG 17, and sustainable in the form of investment and finance. That's why I came up with the philanthropy, meaning to say zakat, wakaf, all those things that are going to be given out to all the needy people. Next. For Sabah per se, for Sabah also having this problem. Why? Because when they presented this framework, I would say this early draft, they only concentrating on ocean. Again, not all of us, not all the needy people have what we call as boat, have everything and near the oceans or marine. Next, what we are going to do? What we are going to do? This is what we are going to settle down the gap of this blue economy. First, we do the partnership. Next. So when it comes to this partnership, this is real. This is something that I'm presenting to you, the real case in UITM Sabah. I do have our friend here, part of this conference. We have Dr. Henry there. And then I have another three, we call it as executors for the project. So we're concentrating on blue economy. But before we can go into the blue economy, we need to become the blue enablers. How? That's why at the bottom there, we need to prepare the infra and become the institutional setting because we are lecturers, we cannot do business. So in order for us to make it legal, we ask for this startup. So in 2023, we started the startup, or in Malay, syarikat pemula. So in that case, how we go about? It's not that easy because we have to connect this startup, this framework, the blue enabler with the SDGs that we already chosen under the economic pillars. So what we did at the very first stage, we came up with the business model. In business, you must have the business model. Why? Because this is your way forward to go, right? So business model is not about money, money, and money. It is all about to build up the ecosystem to the needy people to go on and uplift their quality of living. So we chose the Alpha Epi Gaps with the green concept. What is the green concept? Sustainable, Islamic, we have halal certification, the environmental, and also the societal, cultural friendly, inclusive, and win-win situation. Next, how we go about. First thing first, next, we have what we call as quintuple helix. Now, quintuple helix, it involves five parties. Previously, we have Elias and David developed triple and quadruple. But now, in this era, we call it as quintuple helix. We need these five parties. Who are they? What are they? Government, industry, university, environment, and the community. So how we relate all this? So definitely we come out, our campus come out with 5R. What are those 5R? The first one is relation. We have to build up a good rapport to all those, I would say, our future synergies. Then we know that we have the budget cut, right? So we have to reduce whatever that necessary that we can actually go and do, we do. Whatever that is actually not necessary, then we just eliminate it. Then we have what? Reform. We need innovation, creative thinking, and etc. Then we have what? We have what we call as return. Return means revenue. So that's why I said, in order for us to become this academician, you ask for so many things. In the form of publication, we need money, right? In the form of consultations, definitely you have to give up money. And whatever it is, we need revenue. And last but not least, definitely by integrating all this relation reduction, reform, and return, definitely we are going to become resilient community, campus community. Next. Okay. What is our team, our campus teams, being enterprising? And people ask me, are you going to do transaction, buying, selling, etc.? No. If you look at the definitions of being enterprising, it is about purposeful, it's about active behavior. You have many ideas. You have plan A, plan B, plan C, and plan D. You are creating opportunities to these needy groups, not only to our student, because 80% of our student in the campus is actually underprivileged group. They are under this line of poverty, and also the community, right? And bringing about change. So I challenge all the lecturers to think back whether they wanted to become educational leaders or entrepreneurial leaders. Because nowadays, we need this to actually kick off everything, money. Okay, next. So when it comes to that, we came up with the business model of our campus to tackle the blue economy. Definitely, we have one principle, quintuple helix just now. We have 5R, reduction, reform, etc. Then our team is enterprising campus. Our strategies is to optimize whatever that we have at the moment. We are actually rich with the natural, cultural, and societal resources where we can turn these into fund, revenue, or money. Enablers, we engage, we execute, we evolve. And our concept for this blue economy in UiTM Sabah, we call it as Islamic JV or Islamic Partnership Social Enterprise. Next. All right. So we're putting everything in a helicopter view. So from, from the left to the right, etc., you can see that everything is there. Everything is there. All right. In that, whatever it is, when it comes to, we already said about the, economic pillars, right? We talk about this zero hunger, zero poverty, no poverty, etc. These are what we are doing. We try to engage everybody in our radius connection. So the implications of apply this one, value added, unique selling proposition, reputation, personal branding, and we do have our new startup, and we are actually encouraging more lecturers to do new startup. Why? Because the revenue they give back to the university, they provide job to our students our current existing student and also alumni. Next. All right, when you look at next, you look at this, okay, this is our project. We call it as Freshwater Lobster Production Green Aquaponics Perennial System, FLP GAPS. So the beauty of this project is that when you put these two together, the marriage of the blue economy and also the social enterprise. So the marriage of this will create science, innovation, and entrepreneurship, which will create a new business model to our society. So these hatcheries are actually outside the campus, and we do have also a center of commercialization in our campus, connection between these two. Next. All right. Next, we have our partnership model. So we are actually using Mudarabah, the partnership, and also the Wakalam. See, when I am a finance lecturer under Islamic, so if we are champion in the classroom, how we know that whatever that we teach in the classroom can be applied outside and in the real world, in the real market. So we have proven that. We have proven that whatever that we teach in the classroom, the mudarabah, wakala, whatever kinds of concept can be applied to the society. So next. Okay, the real case, next, we have 6 workstation. All right, these are our living lab in 6 villages. These are under poverty villages. All right, so we try to tackle this problem. Okay, next. Okay, we can see the more real pictures. For all right, okay. When it comes to this, you can see that we have living lab outside the campus. So our lecturers not only champion in the classroom, but also among the society, right? So we have proven that our lecturer is real. Our lecturer is an educator. It's not really a lecturer where they just give lecture. They educate and they execute. So if you look at this, we had a few fund from the government. If you could see, we have RM 3.5 million. If we convert it into Indonesian rupiah, it's about more than 14 million, more than 13 million. Yeah, where we actually try to engage with the 30 families. That is the head of families, right? And then if we multiply by 5 family members, it's more than all of this, more than 200. See, they need us. They need us, the educator. We have our intelligence, we have our knowledge. Why must we just keep in the classroom? So we have to go out and share with those. So we come up with few products. So these few products are actually engaging with the community. And we try to create more entrepreneurs among the community. All right. Okay, next. Next, we have what? This one inside the campus. Okay, we have my social enterprise town. We have 2 buses. This startup just now, the Tukut's Legacy, turn these buses into shop lots. One, we call it as on-the-go cafeteria, and the other one, we call it as on-point gifteria. Actually, we offer job to our alumni. We engage back to our student. Then we open up job opportunity to our underprivileged students. They don't have much money, much, to bear their study costs. So if they wanted money, definitely we give zakat, right? We do have zakat, sedekah, etc. But we cannot afford all because we have about almost 6,000 students. 80% are underprivileged students. Then we have to, I would say, crack our head in order to help them. At the end of the semester, they cannot pay the fee. So they are our very own indigenous future generations. So that's why I would say very much gratitude to have my friends there, Cyril, Henry, and Surael together to provide this mindset, my social enterprise down to our very much needy students. They work with us, not only in the classroom, They, taking what we call as their field, like a business, plantation, agro-technology, but at the same time, we value their skill. They become the barista. They become this, whatever kinds of, they take certification, etc. So we value our student. Next. Okay, this what we have from our, we have all this. So we have these skills, then we give back to the university. So to me, whatever it is, you wanted to become a consultant, make it real. You go to the real world, then you can actually call yourself as a consultant. So this one, we already engaged since 2020. Next. Sorry, I cannot explain any further because I only have about 1 minute left. Okay, we have all those strategic partners. Just next, next. Okay, I just wanted to tell everyone that we already created the supply chain. Next. Okay, this one is certification. All right, then we engage inbound, outbound, up until we went to Japan. So last year we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would say 6 or 7 countries engaged with us, and they wanted to know about this Islamic philanthropy. Next. All right, these are the training that we provide them, training the community, I would say periodically we give them profit sharing. Yeah, we have this hibah, and we form a cooperative to them for them to mandiri or self-sustain. All right, next. I just, show you the pictures. Yes, in order for you to be recognized, in order for you to become this, what we call as a brand positioning, you must have the certification and to create the supply chain. Okay, next. So all these, next, all these recognitions from, inside, outside our countries, next. And we have all those, publication, etc., copyright, and we are going to patent. And my last slide to everyone. Next. Okay, next, to wrap up everything that I've already presented, the key success factors. In order for us to become, champion in university, you have to be champion in the eyes of the community. Don't just be selfish that you are good among your circles. The real group that are going to have our benefit are people out there. So first, good governance and standard operating procedure need to be provided. Having growth mindset, clear business model, and you must have your action plan instead of your strategic plan. Infra and human capital to become blue enabler, we must have, create something for the community to work on. And this is what we call as multidisciplinary skill, where you combine with the different fields of lectures in order for you to go far. And then we have strategic partners out there. We have so many, more than 60 strategic partners that we already engage. And this is Islamic based because whatever it is, we must be ethical in the form of our operation, create opportunities to the rest of our, partners, and then recognize in the form of talent and certification, transfer and share knowledge, please. Transfer, share, transfer and share. Wealth contribution, where we do the profit sharing and white ocean strategy. White ocean means in management, we call it as we complementing each other. Yeah, in bahasa saling lengkap melengkapi. Not blue ocean, because blue ocean you are competing each other. Those who are champion, they will kill all those doers. And then go globally, but locally rooted. You have to remember where we are coming from. And last but not least, please create supply chain and also special purpose vehicle so that the community can stand alone. The resilient will be there. Thank you so much. And terima kasih. Sekian.
All right, mashallah. Thank you so much, Prof. Uji. It's really inspiring, actually.
Alhamdulillah.
I almost, but like very extensive because I mean, like you touched many points. I mean, like not only in terms of the academic, but also how this this knowledge that we already have, how we can give back to the society, and also with the broader concept with the Islamic philanthropy, and also in the SDGs, and then the Maqasid. MashaAllah. Thank you so much, Prof, for sharing with us in this ICSLD. And Prof, same like me, I think the other participants also feel the same because we received many questions actually. We received so many questions because it's very impressive one. But
no worries, no worries. They can email me no matter what. I will, I try to entertain one by one. No worries.
All right.
I'll share whatever that I have. That's it.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Prof. But perhaps we can address 3 or 4 questions if you don't mind.
Sure, whatever it is.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the first question, Prof. So this is coming from Dr. David Alcarde Jr. So this is related particularly with the ocean resources, because like us, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, that we live, I mean, like we are become one in ASEAN nations, and so how, and I in your PowerPoint also there's an ASEAN logos of the organizations. So the question is, how can ASEAN nations balance economic value creations from ocean resources with the risk of over extractions and ecological degradations?
All right. Well, I will answer this question in my perspective, because whatever that I'm doing, actually, we try to see how we are going to make it rich in the form of a product. And also, you must know that we do have not only this, what we call as downstream, but we also have the upstream product. Now, in our very own capacity, we are very much small as compared to the rest. When we compare to the government, etc., we just an individual, just a human being, just a normal human being. But what we can actually share, first, when you said that ocean, definitely in the way that I know that our community is not really near the ocean, then that is why we bring in the inland water. Inland water meaning to say they don't have any space at all. They are, part of them are squatters. Believe me, they don't have very owned land. So what we are doing is, instead of bringing them to the ocean, bringing them to this fresh water, you bring the ecosystem to them. What we are preparing to them is the freshwater lobster kit in front of their house. That is more practical than you are thinking about the world nowadays. You have to think about their, in the form of the revenue. What we are trying to achieve is that to uplift their quality living in the form of, let's say, having this 25% increase in their income. Because these are post-pandemic group, because we started in 2020. So I could not answer more starting from what I'm saying, but I would say that we have to think creatively, because I do also introduce the reform, the creative way of doing things, and you must engage. Believe me, if you cannot do yourself, engage. We have 60 our synergies out there, key partners out there. We are not doing alone, but we try to, because we don't have money, we don't have that much money or fund. Although we receive 3.5 million, that is not for university, that is for the community. But the community is becoming larger and larger, because they also wanted the gist of what we are doing at the very first stage. So what we are doing now is that try to engage. That's why I bring in the quintuple helix, that you have to engage with the government. The government has money. Believe me, the government has money, but you must have a very good winning proposal to propose to them, to pitch to them. And the first question, definitely, they will ask you, one, what is the value propositions of your project? Second, what is the ROI, the return on investment? If you cannot do that, you better don't. Just keep quiet and do your own things. Sorry, that is the only things that I can answer.
Yes. Thank you so much, Prof. Yes, it is really, I mean, like, that's the thing that we should start. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we start small. We start small
because
with our very
sometimes
own community.
exactly, sometimes we are, I mean, like too busy with our mind, you know, like
You know, Miss Santi, you know
yeah.
what? Our first cohort of our, I would say not participant, but they are real entrepreneur, the lobster entrepreneur. They teach this second batch,
Oh, wow.
They teach this second batch, even though they don't know how to read and write.
Oh,
So that is the beauty of this program, because we teach them to use all this, infographic. They can
yeah.
memorize it better, and they teach the second cohort. And this second cohort teaching at the moment,
Another.
the third cohort, we are going to groom more participants that can actually deliver. Believe me, you have to believe this zero to hero. You have to believe the zero to hero, even though they cannot write, they cannot read, but they can be someone in the future. Believe in their talent.
Yes, that's true. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prof. Yes, I think we can proceed with the next questions. This is also interesting question, Prof. Uji. It's coming from Dr. Jerry from University of Rizal System, Philippines. The question is, in what ways can Islamic philanthropy bridge the gap between the moral obligations and economic empowerment? So actually, since our conference is also participated by other scholars coming from various countries, and also we have also a different faith and religion, so perhaps you can bring up about this Islamic philanthropies.
I'm trying to be the ustazah now.
Mashallah.
No. Okay, definitely I can actually, I would say in a very short, and precise description on this. When it comes to economic, when it comes to moral, I would say in Islamic, we call it as wasatiyah. Something that moderate, cannot be too, if you say too, T-O-O, is not good already. Too, it could be too rich, too, and too. Because whatever that we have, in bahasa, sedekah tidak akan menjadikan Anda miskin. Meaning to say, to give in your rezeki, inside there is others' rezeki. Meaning to say, we have to share. That's why zakat is compulsory, mandatory to all the Muslims to give back to the society, because you have enough fund. How zakat is calculated? Let's say you have this net asset and you have net liabilities. The difference between that, you have surplus. And you have to give back 2.5% in Malaysia, give back to the society. So, meaning to say what? Berbahagi rezeki, you share with others. So, economic, yes, I do agree. When it comes to economic, we talk about wealth. Kaya, rich, richer and richest. Life is short, man. And you have to think about, we have ukhrawi, dunyawi. We are going to go to the other world. What will we bring? We will bring our good deed, what we have done in this world. So I must say that's why Islamic Prophet, we go back to the primary sources. I'm sure under Christianity, they have Bible. Under Islam, Muslim, we do have our Al-Quran. Same goes to other religions, right? But go back, meaning to say, you are not the Almighty. We have one God there that actually just give us things just to, for the short life, yes, but we just a Khalifa. Khalifa means the one who lead, but not the owner of what we have in this world. That's my humble answer.
All right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much once again, Prof. Uji. Yes. So we must, what is can say? We must know our position also in this. Where I mean, like, yes, we are a Khalifa, but we are not. I mean, like, we are can do everything. We are the Almighty, like you said. So that's why in our wealth, in our rezeki, so there is also the others rezeki also, as you said. Yes.
That's why, Miss Santi, I started with the Maqasid Asharika.
Yes, true.
Maqasid, we have 5 pillars. One, preservations of your religion.
Yes.
Yeah, ad-din. Second one, preservations of your life. Nafsu need to be controlled.
That's right.
why you have to believe that we are not the owner. We just the one who are using this for the benefit of yourself and to others. The third one is the preservations of your intellect. Akal, you have to preserve that so that you
Mm.
are not becoming, autocratic, etc., as if you are the Almighty. And the fourth one is that preservations of our future generations, our waris, whether they are in the circle of a good society or not. The blame should be on us. And the last one
Yeah.
is preservations of our property. So that is
Mm.
why in Islamic, whatever that we have, give back to others a portion of, doesn't mean that I would say you becoming poorer
Yeah.
and poorer. That's it.
Yes, it's true. It's true. It's really true. All right. So, Prof. Uji, this is going to be the last questions. This is going to
Okay.
be the last questions.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank you.
So this coming is from Sir Randall. So as a youth leader and
Oh, we have
education,
many questions from
yes,
Philippines.
yes,
Okay, thank
exactly.
you.
They are very interesting.
All right.
Yeah. So he is a youth leader, and Sir Randall, as a youth leader and also
Oh,
education graduate, I'm interested in how Islamic philanthropy can also invest in human capital development. So how can this initiative be aligned with the economic pillars of the SDGs to empower young people and communities through education and sustainable livelihoods?
okay. You must remember in this world we have informal education, right? And then do
Yes.
have formal education. What we are doing in our university, definitely it is formal. We do have in UiTM Sabah, we have a pre-diploma, we have diploma, we have short courses, we have a professional certificate, and etc. That is formal. And we just do as what our job descriptions are there. That's it. But this Islamic philanthropy asking more than beyond the formal education. It is asking you about informal education. As I said before, you have to believe in someone because they have akal. Okay? And when it comes to that, as what we are doing in our campus, although they are coming from these underprivileged groups, but they have what we call as akal, service, etc. So I teach them not to ask for zakat all the time. By giving them, only giving up, because under Islamic, we need to usaha or we need effort to do, risk effort to do. Because you don't have risk, no effort, it is just like you buy 4 digit, you won a lottery. That's it. But under our pillars, Islamic philanthropy, when it comes to sedekah, infak, etc., they work on their own. They have to give win-win situation. That's why I said just now, under marketing, we have so many ocean. The first ocean is blue ocean. You competing each other. Who are the champion in this field? We really need, in the form of the praise or whatever it is, people call you as someone that is, good at the field. Yes, we wanted that. But out of that, you are champion in this, but you need to share or disseminate whatever that you have in order for you to build up another. So this is not, we are not having this under blue ocean. You are competing, you are champion, you are the professor, yes, I. You are talking about yourself, only I. So meaning to say you are not thinking about the community. You are champion on that, that's it. But what we are trying to say here is that white ocean strategy is under post-pandemic. When it comes to our youth, they are among those who are really need something extraordinary. Why? Because when it's coming to interview, you must actually select someone that has something that is wow factor or having something or what we call as talent. So now we are trying to build up talent instead of the academic things. Talent means you are able to becoming, you USP. I'm sorry, I have a lot of marketing words because these very much related to our ordinary or our routine uh, way of doing things. When I said USP, mean unique selling point. You must have something to sell, not yourself, not yourself, haram, but you are selling something that you have in order for you to contribute to that particular organization. So what we are doing is that we actually recognize and encourage our students to show their talent. So if they could become a barista, that's it. We give certification on that. So when they finish up, become the alumni, graduates one fun day, they have something additional value on them. You can get this in the classroom. As a young leader, definitely you must have something in mind to be different. To be different in a good way, not to be different in a bad way. So good meaning to say in the form of first thing first, intrapersonal. Youth, come on, your intrapersonal. Meaning to say in the form of your grooming, in the form of the way you talk, the way you give ideas, the critical thinking, the conceptual thinking. Wow, like a motivator already. So I'm sorry on that. But and then the other thing is interpersonal. So indirectly, when they serve the customer on the bus, meaning to say, we build the in bahasa rasa tidak malu, meaning to say you can face whatever kinds of anything because you are braver than before. So Miss Santi and those who are actually asking questions, these are the things that you must need someone to become the enabler that have something here inside here, your soul. Not everyone, I would say, has that interested on that. Whatever they need, you will meet someone that if you ask for something, they will say what I can get in return. So to me, like I'm very much lucky to have my friends with me for these 5 years, 6 years without asking how much that we will get. That's Alhamdulillah for that. Choose your own very own circle, good circle, and you know who you are going to meet up and do forever and ever. That's it.
Thank you so much once again, Prof. Uji. So actually, one participant sent a private message to me.
All right.
One private message to me in the Zoom chat box says I already announced the previous one is the last question. So the participant asking, please kindly read my questions if you don't mind, Prof.
Right.
Uji.
Okay. All right. Right. Sure. Sure.
So if you don't mind, so okay, I'm going to read the questions from Julito Igonia. So I think since I think Philippines has your concept, Prof.
Yeah. All right.
This really, can be implemented, particularly in Philippines, in Indonesia. We have so many, I mean, like a demography bonus. And however, at the same time, we have the economic challenges, of course, the society challenges itself. So let's get back to the questions. It's truly going to be the last questions. So
The
all
real
right,
last.
the real last. Okay. Okay, so it's coming from the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, Villanueva Campus, Philippines. Okay, the question is, Prof. Rozita, how can how can Islamic philanthropy be better utilized to address global issues such as poverty, education, and healthcare in Muslim and non-Muslim contexts alike? Although you already explained it, but I think this is going to be also become the closing statement since it is also wrapping up your keynote speech. Okay, please welcome, Prof. Uji.
Don't limit ourselves when it comes to Islamic philanthropy only for Muslim. No, because we are under one nation. And if you look at our connection today in this conference, we are satu Nusantara Kepulauan Melayu. All right? That's why the thing is that when it comes to sedekah, it's for everyone. When it comes to infaq, it's for everyone. To give what we have extra. Why it's so hard to do that? Because we have the arrogant or ego in ourselves. If you have ego, then your E is too big and it actually restrict you to go. That's why you eliminate the E. Okay, this is how you teach your very own self to become a leader to yourself first. Before you lead others, you have to lead yourself. when it comes to this philanthropy, fully utilized in the form of poverty, to answer the SDGs, etc. Yes, we are coming to the end of the SDG by the year 2030. How we are going to settle down everything, because we have 17, 17 SDGs, the pillars of that. Number one, also, we cannot settle up until now. So that's why I brought in the Islamic philanthropy in order for us to do sharing sincerely, without any force. So that's the things that the most important part, what we are going to do now is that to understand whatever that we have is not ours, fully ours, as I already mentioned just now. Second, when it comes to that, please find a way to form a community. As we do on cooperative society. Let them to sustain, self-sustain, to generate their very own fund. Once you have the cooperative or cooperative, then you teach them how to manage all this. In our case, we let the cooperative, the what we call as the cooperative commission to do the part, because they need this in order for us to fill the gap between the rich and the poor. So how this could be optimized, I would say, first, in order for us to start, definitely you have to start with your community first, because you know better your tribes or your races, etc. What really they need. As we, normally do our paper or our thesis or proposal, we start with the problem statement. Give them what they need. Don't give them what you need, what you want. No. What they need is something that is premium. That's why we give them lobster. The markup and margin is about 30% to 40%. If they just sell the vegetables, they only have about 1% to 2%, and they cannot go prolonged. So the most important part is that try to dig out what is actually the real problem, the real needs of that society. If there is something that it contradict with yourself, you don't have that skills, that's why I said you team up with those with the multidisciplinary. So don't think about yourself. Think others, bring them in your group. Let us do the good things together. And that's my humble answer for this. I can elaborate further, and you can message me privately. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Prof. Uji. So I almost out of my words actually, because you already delivered very well, very impressive, and
because we are doing that for real. That's
yeah,
thing. It's not coming from the book.
I mean, like,
it's not theory. It's the real things that
that's
we are doing.
right. And you are delivering it, I mean, like, from your heart, so we can receive it also by all of our hearts. So thank you so much for that, Prof. Uji. All right, once again, thank you so much, Prof. Uji. So next, I would like to continue to the appreciation moment. All right, so as the recognition and also the appreciation from the ICSRD 25 organizing committee, so we would like to give the token of appreciations to Professor Madya Dr. Rozita Uji Mohammed as the Rector